Blah, blah, blah. God, the way Ilia was landing on Holloway, man. Blah. Holloway was doing really good against him. He was. Most fighters are doing really well against him. It's just the power difference, man. But you start, yes or no, chat? You actually do start to see Ilia doubt himself when someone starts putting mustard on him in a fight, don't you? Like against Bryce Mitchell for a moment at the end of the first round. And even some of the other opponents that he's fought. Even Volk after the first round as well. He kind of had to like wheel his way back into it with his little emoting and shit. And his pointing and his speaking. And it kind of gets him back into that mindset. But sometimes he's getting picked apart out there a bit. And he does start to like put a lot of emotion into his shots. But that is normal, of course, yeah. But still, it's not like he's this invincible robot. Against Oliveira, he seemed that way. But, you know, obviously he can be beaten. No to Herbert fight first round. Yeah, but then even after... Here's the thing, chat. Yes or no? People talk about the Jai Herbert fight as, oh, he got head kicked and that's it. And then he landed a big punch and he KO'd Jai Herbert. Yes or no, chat? Ilia was... Like, after he got head kicked, he started really struggling to actually find Herbert. I know he's a different level now, but, like, there is openings there. There is weakness, you know? It's just that he ends it all with that big fucking punch. And he's a wickedly good fighter as well, but it wasn't just the head kick that Herbert landed on him, dude. It wasn't just the head kick. It was once he got hit, and then all of a sudden it started going really bad for him. He failed a takedown, you know, got stuffed really easily on the takedown attempt, and then Herbert started stinging him with shots after that for the rest of the round. But it was a good comeback from him, you know. I just think sometimes you see it on his face when it's not going perfect sometimes. I wonder if Volk and Holloway were on the brink of if they would have made it to another round. That starts getting a bit more obvious, you know. But yeah, all good. Gary's last fight, do you think you've already read it? Do you think they're giving Taylor the shot after Van? No, Taylor's got to be on a win streak. And if he just beats Albazi, then no. No, put him against Moreno if he beats Albazi. Is this the worst year for UFC in the modern era? I'm a mega fan, but find myself skipping prelims and most fight night cards this year. Thank you for the 23 months of membership. It has been pretty bad so far, but we're getting good. We're not. We're not. But October's going to be the best you've ever seen. Otherwise, I don't know what they're doing. Thank you for the 23 months of membership. There are some good main events coming up, I guess you could say. But the overall cards are pretty weak. Eat Indian street food or having JJ beat Tom. So die or end myself. I'm good. Either way, I'm good, mate. Thank you for the Danish Chrono. Why is everyone overlooking Arman? Bad matchup for Topuria. Kicks, size difference, Ilia fatigued versus Zalal. He took Zalal on like 2 weeks' notice from the regional scene. He stepped up into the UFC to fight Yusuf Zalal. Stop the fatigued against Zalal bullshit, dude. I'm a fan of critiquing Ilia's game. And don't get me wrong, Arman can be a problem for him, but not because of the Zalal fight, man. 2 weeks' notice in his debut into the UFC in the first place. Apparently he had COVID too, but I don't know about that. But yeah, and he like squeezed crazy like levels of submissions on Zalal. I think he got him in about 5 Darce chokes in that fight, or guillotines. Gassed out his arms. Short notice. Like, I don't hold that against him at all. Yeah, he went 5 with Emmett and looked fine. But Emmett didn't do much back to him, so yeah. How are Phil, Doug, and Stu? I don't know who Phil, Doug, and Stu are. I saw one vid of Ilia on the bag and knew immediately he was going to chin Volk. Bags don't hit back, and neither do Ilia's opponents when they're asleep. Yeah. Thank you for the $5 Australian. Fair enough, I guess. But yeah, he does have a lot of power. That is true. But can't you see it, chat? Can't you see Ilia unraveling after being cracked with something really... Ilia has a style that's going to work against him eventually if he keeps fighting. Like, he has a style where it's like, oh, I'm the fucking man. I'm literally the best there is. So I worry now that we all know that if he will bounce back the same. Or if someone starts proper peppering him with a jab in a fight. I want to see him actually fight a good fighter, you know. I'm joking. He's fought great fighters, I know. But you know what I'm saying. Someone who can like really compose themselves in a fight against him. It feels like everyone else goes a little crazy. Maybe an Arman. But Arman's boxing shit, man. Arman's boxing's fucking weak. He will lose to a jab? I don't think so. I think if Ilia loses, I can see it being like a knee or a head kick partially blocked. It's going to be something like that. And he'll wobble for a second and then try and shoot in and fail it and get stood up, and then they'll maybe walk him down from there or some shit. JDM will damage Islam really badly. I can see a KO. Same here. Size difference, Paddy and Ilia, is insane. You think it matters? I don't know. Probably not. I'd still go Ilia, but I think Paddy can make it a tricky fight. Paddy will have some success against him, I bet you anything. You're ruining my summer holiday by not going live. I'll go live more. I don't know all the circumstances in the Zalal fight, but he was slowing down against Bryce too. If Arman avoids boxing like the plague, he has an okay chance, IMO. Yeah, he can do well. Yeah, he needs to avoid the boxing for sure. A lot of like crescent, like axe kicks and stuff like that could work in terms of backing up Ilia Topuria. You don't want to go into an axe kick unless you're shooting. Alakazam, thank you. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate you. Thank you, LG, for the $2. Dude, you better calm down. He might get you too. Well, I'm not going to be drunk just talking to my friend at a bar anytime soon because I don't have a life. So he won't be attacking me at a club. Arman can throw his girly kicks and get KO'd. They're the same height. I know, yeah, he can. Dude, the way I see the Gamrot versus, or not the Gamrot fight, the Ilia versus Arman fight, chat, yes or no, wasn't Gamrot like really worryingly tagging Arman on the chin with punches? Just a little bit too much in that fight for your comfort levels. Right? Just a little bit too much. Dude, Gamrot was stepping in with a right hand and cracking him on the chin. Just a little bit too much for my comfort in that fight. And I know that Gamrot's kind of underrated because he was outstriking Fiziev a bit as well. And there is the takedown threat, but still, dude, he was stepping in and cracking Arman on the chin in that fight way too often for my liking. Thank you for the 100 Czech krona. I appreciate that, Dominic. Thank you for the 100 Czech krona, dude. I appreciate that. Hot take, Topuria's last 3 wins are overrated. All 3 of them could be washed. The best of them is Volk, and he's 36 years old, featherweight. We'll see in their next fights, I guess. True. Thank you for the 100 Czech krona. He's 36 years old, featherweight. We will see in their next fights, I guess. All 3 of them could be washed. You said we will see in their next fights, I guess. The best of them is Volk, and he's 36 years old, featherweight. We'll see in the next fights. In the fight, dude, Holloway is magically washed once Ilia knocks him down because he just got done schooling Gaethje and finishing him. So that's interesting. I agree the conditions of the Volk fight were a bad thing, but he's not washed. He didn't fight a washed Volk. He might have fought a badly prepared Volk, a Volk that shouldn't have been in there with him at that time. But to say he's washed after he just shut down Diego Lopez nearly a year later afterwards is kind of insane. Thank you for the 100 Czech krona. So we'll see, but I don't know, man. I do agree with Oliveira, though. I think Oliveira's, I think he's been shit. I said that after the Chandler fight. That's why I picked Ilia so confidently in the first. Savannah guy just got a 30-pounder catfish. Love you, Roo. There you go. Savannah guy. Savannah, Georgia. Savannah, one of those states. Hear about Ujimabab thingamajig is. Paddy finds the same Herbert head kick but doesn't feed Ilia a single leg while his legs don't work sitting on the mat. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, like a tard. Like Jai Herbert. Thank you for the 5. Islam's resume would be so much better if he fought Gamrot and Arman instead of Volk 2 and Moicano. Thank you for the $5. Islam's resume would be so much better if he fought Gamrot and Arman instead of Volk and Moicano. Yeah. Dude, that'd be so much stronger, right? Gamrot and Arman. Or who was the original opponent that Volk ended up stepping in? Because Volk stepped in for... it was Oliveira rematch. I hated that. I hated that as well. I didn't like that one bit. Thank you for the 5. To be fair, Oliveira's easy win over Dariush has aged well. But I just think it makes Moicano look shit.